The rain came in slow that morning, the kind that doesn't fall so much as settle, like it's got nowhere better to be. I'd been at the desk since the coffee was hot. It wasn't anymore. Dale came in with the mail and a look I'd learned to read across 22 cases. The look that says the trouble's already in the building.
Your 10 o'clock's early. She's been in the waiting room since 9. Dry as a bone. Didn't shake the rain off once. Most folks who come up those stairs are in a hurry to tell me their troubles. This one didn't mention any.
Everybody's got a trouble, Dale. Some of them just take their time getting to it.
Not this one. She asked me about you. Not, are you any good? Not, can you keep a secret? She wanted to know which cases you'd worked. The old ones. And whether you're the kind of man who holds onto his paper after a job's closed.
And what did you tell her?
Nothing. I told her the weather's been lousy and you'd be with her at 10. She smiled at me like I'd just confirmed something. That's the part I don't like. A woman who smiles when you won't answer. She already knew the answer. She just wanted to see if I'd hand it over.
Dale had a nose for it. Most clients walk in carrying a wound and bleed it all over your desk in the first 5 minutes. They come to tell you something. This one had come to ask. And in a city where I'd spent 22 cases learning to keep my mouth shut and my drawer locked, a stranger curious about what I kept on paper wasn't a client. She was an inventory. Somebody, somewhere, wanted to know what I had, and they'd sent her up the stairs in the rain to find out. She came in out of the rain without a drop on her, which is a trick that takes either an umbrella or an angle. She didn't have an umbrella. She sat down like the chair had been waiting all its life, crossed her hands on her knee, and gave me a smile with the corners filed off.
I'm told you find people. People who'd rather not be a bother to anyone. There's a man I've lost track of. Family, you understand. He worked for the city, in the records office, and one day they moved his desk to some other building and he just stopped writing home.
The city moves a lot of desks. Sometimes the man stays behind. What's his name?
I wrote it down for you. I find it's cleaner than saying it out loud.
She laid a slip of paper on the blotter and slid it across with one finger, like she was moving a chess piece she already knew would win. I read the name without picking it up. I'd seen that name before, in my own handwriting, copied off a condemnation order that's sitting in a drawer 3 feet from her knee. The only signature on a piece of paper that erased a city block. The man who signed it, and then got transferred to nowhere on God's green earth.
You've gone quiet, detective. I hope that's not bad news. I can pay for good news, or for honest news. I've found a girl has to choose.
It's a retainer, not a confession. I'll ask around. Family matters, you said. Leave a number where the family can be reached. I took her money and I kept my face shut like a bank on Sunday. Because when a stranger walks in and hands you a name you buried yourself, the job was never finding the man. The man's been found. The man's been finished. The only thing left to dig up is who sent her, and why they think I'm the one who knows where he's planted. The Chronicle's back office smelled like cold coffee and hot lead, and Flynn worked it the way a terrier works a rat hole. He had a tip burning a hole in him, and a man with a tip is a man who can't sit still. He waved me into a chair before the door finished closing.
Don't sit down comfortable. I've only got the one chair and you won't need it long. You hear what they've got the clerks doing on the 4th floor? Overtime, Saturdays, pulling every condemnation file from the last 2 years and checking it against itself.
Sounds like a man cleaning his own house. Since when does house cleaning make the front page?
It doesn't, that's the beauty of it. It's the dullest story in the building. But here's the wrinkle. They're not reading the files for what's in them, they're reading them for the signatures, cross-checking every name against the payroll, looking for a hand that signed something the office can't account for. One of those files is a waterfront block, your block, the one you worked.
Reconciling the record against itself, looking for the seam where a man who isn't there put his name to something that stays.
Yeah, well, when you say it like that, it sounds like something. To me, it's 8 inches of nothing on a slow news day. You want it, it's yours. I don't even know why I called you over.
He didn't know, but I did. The machine had whispered a warning into a back booth months ago, and the warning hadn't taken. Now it was reading its own books line by line, page by page, looking for the place the lie got loose. The audit hadn't reached the seam yet, but the woman waiting in my office with her quiet questions was the soft hand of the same arm, and the hard hand was downstairs in a clerk's room on a Saturday, reaching past the file, reaching for the man who'd already found what they were looking for. She picked a harbor diner at the dead end of the night, the kind where the coffee's been on the burner since the war and nobody remembers your face on purpose. She wasn't a client. She was a question wearing a good coat, and somewhere behind her was the man who'd written it. I came to give her an answer he could carry home.
You look like a man who's been somewhere cold. Sit. Tell me what you found out there in all that fog.
I found a wall. The clerk you asked about, the one who signed the order. He didn't get transferred anywhere. He ran, skipped town owing rent and a card debt the way little men do. I chased a transfer slip to a building that forwards nothing, and the trail went cold in the rain.
Nothing. All those days, and you bring me nothing.
The paper's routine. A condemnation order, stamped, filed, dull as a tax form. The block came down because the block was always coming down. There's no story in it, nothing worth keeping, and nothing worth a second look from anybody.
You know, I almost believe you. That's the sad thing about a tired man. He says nothing so beautifully you want it to be true. Some men get curious anyway. They don't always stay so tired.
I'm exactly as tired as I look. Curiosity's a young man's habit. I gave it up around the third dead end. Tell your friend the case is dust and the man who worked it went home to a bottle. She let it ride, stirred her coffee, watched me over the rim, and decided, for tonight, that I was worth a soft word and not a hard visit. The drawer back at the office got heavier by one more layer of lie. Because the hardest thing to sell isn't the lie you tell a liar. It's the one you sell with a straight face while she's still deciding whether you're worth the trouble of the truth. The rain had settled into the kind of all-night patience that doesn't ask for anything. The woman was gone, paid up, thanked, told what she could carry, which wasn't the half of it. I put the clerk's name back in the drawer where it lives and turned the little key that doesn't keep anyone out who matters.
She left her gloves. Nice ones, too. Funny. A woman that put together, asking questions she already had the answers to.
She wasn't looking for a man, Dale. She had his file before she sat down.
No, she was looking for you. They didn't hire you to find somebody. They sent her to measure you. And you, being you, gave her nothing. Sat there polite as Sunday and told her exactly how much you'd say, which is nothing.
Nothing's the safest thing I've got.
Sure. And a man who gives them nothing is a man worth knowing more about. You buried what you know to keep it, but you can't bury that you've got it. Not from them. The soft hand was the first one, Flynn. It wasn't the last.
She was right, the way she's always right, quietly and without enjoying it. The warning hadn't taken, and now the machine knew enough to wonder why. Somewhere downtown a file was getting thicker, and an interval I'd stopped measuring had just gotten shorter. They'd sent a woman with good manners to close the distance, and she had. Next time they wouldn't bother with the manners.